"Will you kill my uncle for me?" asked a 6-year-old girl as she pushed open the heavy door of the Ironclad Brotherhood clubhouse. Her small hands clutched a teddy bear in one hand and a kitchen knife in the other. The entire room went dead silent. Axel, the chapter president, was the first to move. He set down his beer and walked slowly toward the child. "What's your name, sweetheart?" Axel asked.
"Emma," the girl whispered.
"Emma Rodriguez. Emma, where did you get that knife?" Axel knelt down to her level. "From my mama's kitchen. Uncle Carlos said knives are for killing bad people." Her voice was barely audible. "So I brought it to kill him. But I'm too little. Can you do it instead?" The bikers exchanged dark looks. Every single man in that room had seen violence, but a 6-year-old asking for murder was different. "Why do you want your uncle dead?" Diesel asked, his tattooed arms crossed. Emma lifted her shirt. Her entire back was covered in burns. Cigarette burns. Dozens of them in neat rows. The temperature in the room dropped 20 degrees. These hardened criminals were ready for blood. "He does this when Mama's at work," Emma explained. "He says if I tell anyone, he'll hurt my baby brother too. But last night he started on Miguel, and Miguel is only 2. "Where's your mama now?" Axel asked, his voice dangerously quiet. "At the hospital with Miguel. Uncle Carlos burned his hands on the stove and told the doctors Miguel did it himself." Tears rolled down Emma's cheeks. "But Miguel can't even reach the stove." Crow, their tech expert, was already on his laptop. Carlos Rodriguez, 34, lives on Westbrook Avenue. 2 priors for assault, both dismissed. Connected to the Sinaloa crew. That explained why the cops never touched him. "This just got complicated," Diesel muttered. "I don't care who protects him," Tank growled. "Let's go handle this right now." "Wait," Axel commanded, but what he said next shocked everyone. Emma walked in here alone with a knife asking strangers to commit murder. That means this little girl is so desperate she'd rather trust criminals than the police. The bikers knew what that meant. The system had already failed this child. "Please," Emma begged. "Uncle Carlos said he's going to make Miguel disappear tonight. He said babies cry too much and nobody will miss him." That's when they heard a car pull up outside. Fast, aggressive. Crow looked out the window and his face went pale. Black Escalade, Sinaloa plates. 3 men getting out.
"Did anyone follow you here, Emma?"
Axel asked. "I don't know. I ran when Uncle Carlos fell asleep." The door exploded open. Carlos Rodriguez walked in like he owned the place. 2 cartel enforcers flanked him, guns visible under their jackets. "There's my little Sabrina," Carlos said with a sick smile. "You've been very naughty, Emma. Time to come home." "She's not going anywhere with you," Axel stated. Carlos laughed. 22 bikers against the Sinaloa cartel? You sure about that, old man?" "She's staying here," Diesel added. "That's my niece. Her mama signed custody over to me while she's at the hospital." Carlos pulled out legal papers. "See? All official." "Mama didn't sign that," Emma screamed. "Prove it," Carlos challenged. That's when something unexpected happened. A woman walked through the door. She wore a hospital bracelet and moved like every step hurt. "Mama," Emma ran to her. Isabella Rodriguez looked like death, but she stood there anyway, holding her burned 2-year-old son. "She didn't sign anything willingly," Isabella announced. "You drugged me and forged my signature, Carlos." Carlos's face darkened. "You should be unconscious right now, Hermana." "A nurse helped me leave," Isabella said, after I told her what you really are. "This is family business," Carlos snarled. "These bikers need to stay out of it." "Family?" Isabella's voice broke. "You burned my children. You threatened to kill them. You're not family. You're a monster." Carlos reached for his gun. The cartel enforcers reached for theirs. 22 bikers were faster. The standoff was explosive. Guns pointed everywhere. One wrong move and this clubhouse would become a massacre. Please click the subscribe button and show us your support. "Everyone calm down," Axel ordered. "Nobody needs to die today. Just give me the girl and the baby," Carlos demanded. "Then we leave peaceful." "No," Emma said firmly. She stepped forward, still holding that kitchen knife. "You're not taking Miguel." Carlos laughed. "What are you going to do, little girl? Stab me, if I have to?" The room held its breath. This 6-year-old was standing up to a cartel enforcer. "You got heart, kid," Carlos admitted. "But heart don't stop bullets." He raised his gun toward Emma. Isabella threw herself in front of her daughter. "You'll have to kill me first." That's when Axel made a decision that would change everything. "Ghost, call Judge Martinez, now." Ghost pulled out his phone. Within 3 minutes, they had a judge on speaker. "Your Honor, we have a situation," Axel explained. "Child in immediate danger. We need emergency custody." "Who's requesting custody?" Judge Martinez asked. "I am," said a voice from the doorway. Maria Santos stood there. She was Axel's wife, a trauma nurse and licensed foster parent with 0 criminal record. "Maria Santos?" The judge recognized her name. You have clearance for emergency placement. Granted, those children are under your protection until a full hearing. Carlos's face went red. You can't do that. I just did, Judge Martinez said through the speaker. And Mr. Rodriguez, I'm issuing a restraining order. You come within 500 feet of those children, you go to jail. This isn't over, Carlos threatened. Yes, it is, Isabella said quietly. She pulled out her phone. I recorded everything. Every threat. Every time you hurt my babies. 2 years of evidence. Carlos lunged for the phone. Tank caught him midair and slammed him into the wall so hard the pictures fell. You touch her again, you die, Tank growled. The cartel enforcers raised their guns. 22 bikers raised theirs faster. Your boss won't be happy if you start a war over one man, Axel said to the enforcers, especially when that man is about to go to prison for child abuse. The enforcers hesitated. They weren't stupid. Starting a war with the Ironclad Brotherhood over Carlos wasn't worth it. Carlos is on his own, one enforcer finally said. They holstered their guns and walked out. Carlos collapsed. Without cartel protection, he was nothing. The police arrived 10 minutes later. Isabella's recordings were everything they needed. Carlos was arrested on 47 counts of child abuse, assault, and attempted murder. But the story was far from over. Carlos's cousin Miguel Sanchez came looking for revenge the next day. He made the mistake of approaching Isabella at the grocery store. 15 bikers were shopping that day. Pure coincidence. Miguel left town that night and never came back. Some say he's in Mexico. Others say he's feeding desert wildlife. Axel will only say he decided to relocate for health reasons. Carlos took a plea deal for 15 years in prison. He knew what would happen if he ever came near Emma, Miguel, or Isabella again. If you believe bikers are the good people, subscribe to this channel and show us your support. Emma and Miguel moved in with Maria and Axel temporarily, but temporary became permanent when Isabella asked if they'd adopt her children officially. I can't protect them, Isabella admitted. But you can. We all can, Axel corrected. Every brother in this club. Emma kept that teddy bear and that kitchen knife. Years later, when Axel asked her why, Emma said something profound. The teddy bear reminds me I was once scared, Emma explained. The knife reminds me I was brave enough to fight back. Axel framed both items in the clubhouse. The Ironclad Brotherhood still meets there every Tuesday night. And if a child ever walks in asking for help, they remember Emma and the night they chose to be protectors instead of killers. Sometimes the most dangerous men make the best guardians because they understand violence and know exactly when not to use it. Emma is grown now, studying to be a social worker. She still visits Axel every week, not because she needs protection anymore, but because family isn't always blood. Sometimes family is 22 dangerous bikers who choose to stand between a child and evil, who understand that real strength isn't about throwing punches, it's about protecting those who can't protect themselves. Miguel is 10 now, with no memory of his uncle's abuse. He has 22 fathers teaching him different things. Axel teaches him strategy. Tank teaches him strength. Crow teaches him computers. Diesel teaches him mechanics. And Emma, she teaches him something crucial. How to be brave when you're scared. How to ask for help when you need it. How to trust that some monsters can become guardians. The knife Emma carried that night is mounted on the clubhouse wall. Below it, a plaque reads, March 8th, the night Emma Rodriguez walked in alone and gave 22 demons a reason to be angels. Axel looks at it every day and remembers. Not the fear, not the violence, but the moment a 6-year-old girl chose courage over silence. That's what real heroes do. They walk into danger with nothing but hope, asking strangers for help because they have nowhere else to turn. And sometimes those strangers turn out to be exactly what you needed all along. Not killers, not criminals, just protectors wearing leather and carrying scars. Family isn't who you're born to. Family is who shows up when everyone else walks away. And sometimes they arrive on motorcycles covered in tattoos, looking like your worst nightmare but acting like your guardian angels. If you love this video, click the like button and subscribe to this channel and show us your support.